How many Ronin weapons are in the game that you use?
And that's what my character uses to hack up people. So when I was doing motion capture, they had these Kali sticks, you know? Somehow I became a ninja in a video game.
Call of Duty.
Okay.
On the cover.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Man, first is a blessing, right? When I say that working with Infinity Ward was a blessing, it was really cool to even experience that in a lifetime, right? To be, you know, doing motion capture, they put me in this tight suit with these balls and, you know, literally I go out there and I film, right? How to kill people with weapons. It's fun. But the thing is, you know, we were working with them and we built a close relationship with them. They scanned me in the game at Modern Warfare 1, Season 3. I came into the game. And my character was really popular. When I say that, it was the #1 downloadable character.
No kidding.
Right, in Modern Warfare. And they called me back to Hollywood and I was filming Modern Warfare 2. Right before it was coming out. And at that time, they're like, dude, if this was a L-shaped intersection in a hallway, how would you, you know, attack it? You know, and I'm like, how many guys I have? 2 guys. And I would, you know, clear the hallway the way I would, you know, normally clear a hallway. And we'd clap scepter, enter a room, control the room, dominate the room. So they had all these cones and I would do these drills. And man, I tell you, you know, I was 45 at the time when I started filming, right? And I tell you, man, like the older you get, like, because they made me do these movements, right? And I'm in this tight suit and it's really hot in there, you know, and they got cameras all over me and they have grid squares on this floor and you have to perform these movements at a certain grid square. And you look up at these huge monitors, it's a different world with your avatar. And they had this speed bar, right? And gradually it will pick up the speed. So literally at one point I was sprinting to try to keep up with that speed bar. And it's a lot of movements. And it reminded me back on the teams. Like I would have to go through the shoot house, you know, perform over and over and over. And yeah, we did that. And they, you know, my character became really popular. And the vice president, wanted to do something nice for me, I guess, you know? It was just totally a surprise.
You didn't know you were going to be on the cover?
You know, I knew, but they didn't really say it yet, you know? I kind of like, okay, why are you giving me so much attention? And I would capture these movements, and there was a certain point where, you know, after the photo shoot, so I had a photo shoot, they redid my whole costume. What is really cool about the whole thing, Shawn, is like, you know, I'm a really big samurai fan.
Yeah.
And, you know, I study samurai philosophy and, you know, it's part of who I am, Bushido. And, you know, Masashi Miyamoto, the Ronin, you know, he kind of influenced me to be a Ronin in this modern world. Why I'm saying that is the teachings of 5 rings, Ishiru, he broke down fire, water, earth, you know, ground. He broke down void, these 5 teachings that kind of guided me through life. Infinity War, so it was my, it was my anniversary. So my wife and I, we flew out to Malibu Beach to hang out at this Airbnb, literally right on the beach, you know, beautiful. They actually filmed that movie Spanglish.
Really?
With Adam Sandler, literally right in the house that we stayed at. They modernized the house, but that was the house, literally. And we would hang out on the beach. And Infinity Ward, man, they're in Hollywood. They drove out. You know, one of the guys met me. He talked about the Book of 5 Rings. He asked me a few things. And when they put my character on the title in Modern Warfare 2, Season 2, they redid a whole world around my character. Ronin, so when I say that, so Modern Warfare, they did a whole world where it was Japan, right? And it had the teachings of the 5 rings in there.
Wow.
And I tell you, man, like it's very humbling to think like, my story. Like I found Bushido at a very young age. I told you the whole story on the last interview. But now that code of ethics, a warrior, man, is being shared to the world in the
Yeah.
most popular video game platform, right? And, for me to be my character Ronin, but also to give philosophy to the world. It's very
That's amazing.
fulfilling. Very
I did not
fulfilling.
realize that. Something else that I think is really neat that the Call of Duty did is they really, it's you. It's your weapons that you designed. I mean, how many Ronin weapons are in the game that you use? Or your character?
Just about every one I use, they have created that weapon.
Which ones are they?
We used M1A. That's on the game. We used the M4 rifle, specifically how I would rig it up. The teams, right? We would rig up our rifles a certain way, and they literally configure that rifle with the camouflage, my pistols.
It's your products though, correct? It's your designed.
It is. So what they do is their artist takes the original design and, through copyright and all that, they have to protect their company and they will change a few things on it. But so my signature on my rifle is I have a gold bolt with a dragon symbol on it. It's a nickel boron bolt, but it's a gold bolt. It's something I wanted that's unique to me. And it was a certain camouflage pattern and they put that on the game.
That is really cool.
With
man.
the optics that I usually run.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
The swords.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you, these swords were handmade for me by this blade maker in Japan. His name is Kiku. Kiku he's like 3 years backlogged, right? We met when I was filming for the History Channel Knife or Death. He asked me what sword would I like him to make for me. I asked him to make 2 washitashi sword. Washitashi in the samurai sword line is so you have your katana, which is a sword, and your washitashi, which is a short sword. Miyamoto Musashi wielded the short and the long sword, and he called them heaven and earth.
Interesting.
So I asked Kiku to forge me heaven and earth. 2 washitashi swords. Why I'm saying that is those washitashi swords got scanned into the video game. And that's what my character uses to hack up people. So when I was doing motion capture, they had these Kali sticks, the Filipino wind sticks. And, when I worked Kali, I was in the Philippines, doing PSD work for General Warshire back then and training their counter-terrorist units. And I would learn Kali and knife fighting from the Filipinos. So here I am in motion capture studio, killing this guy with 2 Kali sticks, doing Kali, and that translated to my swords on the game.
Very cool, man.
So,
very cool. That is, that has to be, the video game industry, from what I understand, is bigger than the music and movie industry combined. It's the biggest entertainment industry in the world. And you are on, don't quote me on this, but it has to be at least one of the most popular games in the world. Call of Duty. The Call of Duty franchise is, everybody knows what Call of Duty franchise. And even me, who I'm not a gamer, but I have played it. and just to see their version of you running around doing your thing, that has to be just pretty surreal.
I want to share with you the story, man. Like, so when I was little, I was really into G.I. Joes, right? So I read G.I. Joe comic books. And guess who's my favorite character? Storm Shadow, the ninja, right? I was so drawn to Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, the 2 ninjas, if you guys don't know G.I. Joe. Somehow I became a ninja in a video game, right? Because when they designed my character, he looks like a ninja. Yeah, he has night vision, all that. That's what a ninja would use nowadays, right? If
Yeah.
special operations are ninjas.
Yeah.
So the thing is, man, they put a ninja in the game, but back when I was young, like I idolized G.I. Joe, and somehow I became the modern day G.I. Joe. So, it's just kind of funny.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.